Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the Lavender Overhang. This is episode 21, and in the last episode, we spent all of our time doing damage control after the update to update 7 that made all of these places where they had been overhangs before into solid blocks, which made all of our water physics go a little bit wonky and a little bit because water can no longer flow underneath of these blocks. It kind of futzed with things. We also came into the effect of, since these are full terrain blocks, they started damaging all of our crops that we'd not had a problem with before. Yeah, we lost a little along the edge back here and along this back wall, but it wasn't as much as we currently are experiencing before we put in all of these contamination barriers. So it was a good thing that we had gotten our smelter up and running by the end of the previous episode, episode 19, because we're discussing what we did in episode 20. So today we are going to try and get back on track to prepping for dynamite over here. Also prepping for gravity batteries along this edge over here, which means we're going to need a lot of platforms and space to put those in. So we'll be working on that as well. We've got this set up to try and get a tank for the bad water pump. And then we also put in a freshwater area over here that we're waiting for them to get to. They have been so focused on all of those contamination barriers that we really haven't gotten much else done. So they're still working on those, which that's fine. I think we'll probably back priority off of those. We salvaged enough of our crops over here that I don't feel bad about that. We still have 2.6 days in this Hellwater period, and we still have 1.2k water. We are running low on metal blocks though, because of course we had started the smelter and let that start running and filling these guys up, but we of course have run through all of those. I am gonna throw a prioritized by haulers because all of our metal is way over here. We can, I think, start the metal scrapper up again, and the next long drought we have, I want to get us back down in here and start removing some of this metal. I would like to get a bad water rig on this one and block this one so it can only flow that way straight out without an issue. That means we need to get a bunch of guys down in here to get rid of this. I'm not 100% certain if we'll ever use this mine, considering we have one here, but who knows. We also should probably think about maybe the observatory. I've never actually built one of those. I take that back. Our very first playthrough, we did the Lavender Canyon, I think it was. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. I always forget. As soon as I'm done recording something, I forget. But let's get started, because we are now almost 5 minutes in and we haven't actually accomplished anything. This over here is working well to hold some of these, but we're going to have to get contamination barriers along here to shield some of this. I'm almost thinking, would it be better for us to go directly around that guy right there instead? So come... maybe like that. We are going to run into the problem that that is not going to fly because of the overhang. I mean, it's not an overhang anymore, but the block that is right there. It's so strange to see things that were overhangs before, now not overhangs. So that's a change for me to think about. But I'm actually going to mark those kind of like lower priority. Let's do low priority. And let's pop priority on this and see if we can't get some of this down here taken care of. So we can start getting that pump in. So we'll let them deal with that. Okay, so over here, none of those pumps are on. That's fine. All right, over here, this leading edge is perfectly overhung to here. Now we can't take this down much farther. I think we can probably come down. What is this? 1, 2, 3. That one right there. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe 3 more blocks is about it. It's as deep as we can kind of get in here before we hit the bottom layer of the world. So we probably do want to build up a little bit. And in order to do that, we're going to need like some ladder scaffolding, I think. But it's just a matter of how high do we think we want to go? It's the operative question. Now over here, let's go ahead and bring that across like that. Now we do need... Oops, that's not what we need. We need this guy to skate those corners. 350 science. We're gonna go with it. The other thing we need to look at is storage. Now, because we have such limited space over here in this corner where we set up industrial stuff, we are going to need to figure out a way to, one, we need to expand our windmills. Because eventually these are not going to have as much power because we block that. So we need to come up with a way that will allow us to expand that. All right. So having as many batteries as we can is kind of my plan. Now, here's the thing. We could conceivably run them along this wall as well of this. That would cause us to dynamite out some of this corner as well. We could theoretically move this whole dam area to here as well if we get rid of all of this metal, which might be a very good plan of attack. So let's see here. We also need to work on getting rid of all of these so that we have that space as well. I'm going to go ahead and mark those for demolition too. We can't... I think we can get away with that one. You know what? I'm going to not do that one for right now, just in case. We need to do a little bit of damage mitigation over in here before we start that, which I think we should be able to do if we just started building our wall right here. This guy is in our way though. I wish there was a way for us to just like say, boom, get rid of that, and then they would be able to demolish it without a problem. Now the other thing is that we could conceivably do overhangs across all of this and extend those out even more. Extend this whole area out. Like we could put in like, can we level out this platform and build a storage stack in here? I'm wondering. That would allow us to... Honestly, I don't think we need this piece. Oh, bad tide is done. All right, so let's focus on that for a second. I know I'm kind of rambling here this morning, but we need to figure out the way we're going to do this because it's kind of important. I don't want to have to redo it. All right, looks like an angel. I want to see, can I do this and force more water the other way to help clear out? No, because this right here is causing a block up over there. Now, when these were overhangs, water could come through at a higher level because it could come through that partial block. Because like there was like a half block the second, so these two blocks right here. So more water could get forced through. We still have really strange looking water physics over in these areas. I don't think it's flowing underneath of those correctly. Is part of our issue. I mean, look at that. Does that look like that's flowing correctly? No, it looks like it's thinking this is solid here too and flowing around it instead of under it. You know what I mean? Here it's being forced to. All right, let's turn our watercolor back on. Do we all look good? Yes, yes, we do. I'm gonna go ahead and open this one. I'm going to close these ones. I think I had that at 1.9 before. And this is filling up. Good, good, good. We're starting to increase our flooding here, but at least it's keeping it from flooding everything this time. We can release this again. I want to see... if doing this... Nope, we just flood everything. No, 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 no. Yeah, that was dumb. Alright, let's increase the height here. I think we were at one... Oh, duh. We never... Oops, I just flooded everything. I forgot last time I did that a little bit more slowly. We also didn't. 7, 7, 5. Let's get all of our very important people back on the job. See, this is why I pause one. Because I'm like, there's too many things without the simple triggers mod. Which, if you notice, my statistics mod is back. That did get fixed right away, so I did get that one going. Let's get this one down. That one is still going. It must have been going the whole time. We still have some contamination from this little pocket that gets stuck right here. And I don't know what we can do about that. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we could like put in a bad water pump or something like that to pump that out, which might be a good way to go. everything. Oh, I forgot this one. I think we have that at 8.5. All right, let's go single speed and see if that clears things up. We can stop this guy and stop this guy. All right, come on. Come on. All right, looking good, I think. Looking good, I think. Except for right here. Are you gonna? Yeah, you're clearing up. Okay. Righty. Okay, this is getting filled up now. It's starting to... Let's get that to like 1 point. 1.5 maybe? That seems about right. Alright, can we... $1.65? Put that one at 1.6. You flooding anybody else? See, this is the problem. This is so high over here. Alright. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Why didn't they? Maybe it's not one that they take out. There we go. Okay. We didn't high prioritize the actual like building of this though, so they're not gonna deal with that. We're gonna take that. Wait a second, we need... Yes, I don't care, it's a path. Okay, these two I'd like to get rid of to put in another large pump. And then we can put fluid dump right... No, I was going to put it on a platform, wasn't I? So that I could put in one... We had that there, but I was loathing to let them walk over that, wasn't I? Okay, 1, 2. What was I thinking here? For the life of me, I can't remember. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on a platform. Just so if in the future we need something else. All right, let's go ahead and boosh and boosh. And we were planning to put the door on that side. Where is my door? And I think we were like, okay, this is going to be a problem because with our surge in contamination, we're getting... This guy is getting flooded sometimes. So we might have a case. Can we get the impermeable floor? Is 200 science. We don't have 200 science. That would be good to put right there to keep it from coming through there. Maybe we use a... I don't want to use a dam. We can't use a dam because that's where our water goes through. And because of the narrowing of that underwater passage right there. Because see, we just have one block right now, right there. Oops, that was the wrong button. Sorry about that. It kind of like narrows through there. And these were... This block and this block the block above them were all overhangs before. Now they're solid blocks. So we've gone from having partial blocks that the water passed under, to just having this 1 block wide area now. It's so hard to see because it all because of the way this is all built. But see, look right there where the nozzle of the gotcha is. So I suppose this is not, we might be able to get away with a, gosh, but I hate to put anything that is going to change water area. Let's keep it a platform for right now. All right. Let's mark this for water right away so I don't forget about it. We're still having that issue right there with the, it would be really cool with the new tunnels to tunnel through and shoot bat water right straight out of here with some sluices out of this back wall. That would be kick-ass awesome if we could make it so that the water level way drops and it drops way down in there. That would be awesome. That would totally save quite a bit of our crops and everything here if this water level never touched up here, and then we wouldn't have this happening. I actually kind of wonder how much contamination is right there, because that's pretty red. It's almost like we're drying it out. This over here is getting flooded. I think we're gonna have to do some damage by taking out some of these and putting in platforms and stuff like that as soon as we get dynamite, because we've just the path underneath of here has gotten so narrow because of the, see, look right there, it's literally 1 block wide. It's trying to ease through there. So we might have to come back in here with some dynamite upper levels, or get some beavers to tunnel through there. Once we get to that point, what do tunnels cost us? Where are tunnels? Here. Ooh, 2K science, and it needs extract? Or is that catalyst? Extract. Needs extract, explosives, and 6 planks. That must be to make the scaffolding or the platform that they use to hold up the ceiling. But yeah, if we could come in here, all right, we could help by just taking out those 2 blocks there, which I believe were overhangs before, but I'm not 100% certain, so don't quote me on that. But then all of that passageway under here has gotten verklempt. So maybe even if we just take out these 2 blocks here and put some platforms in there to house our path, which we don't really need. It was just to get to all of these trees. But if we put some platforms in there, maybe that would be enough to keep this area a little bit more safe. But we're gonna have to figure that out. We could theoretically come in here and take out some of these as well. We're not actually using these right there, but the water physics is really strange looking right here. I want to take a picture of that. I'll do it later. Alrighty, so we are back up to 1K water already. All our pumpers are running full speed. I do kind of want to up the priority on this and get that going. We do have the gears. We're a little light on the planks. But we're good to go there. All right, so back over here to our power bank situation. Now we're gonna have to, like I said, build some scaffolding up to some of this. It's just a matter of how tall do we want to go. So if we look at platforms, if we go up 2 more, I'd really like to get this corner with a overhang. So let's pop priority on that guy so I can put in the overhang so that we can look at that. If I do another 2 there and then I do a single there, is 2 going to be enough though? That is the question. And then if we've got 1 more right there. Now we are going to have to put in the power line, which needs to go to this level. So let's see here. These are going to need to go to there actually, and maybe we put a ladder on this inside corner right here instead. So if we take and we do that instead, and then we have that there, and then we run our, where's our power? Wrong one. That runs that way. Have you guys noticed that they now, it has a little thingy that shows you that it's pointing at the correct item? That is so nice, because how many times have you been going to put in one of those and you put it in the wrong way? All right, we're gonna have to get the vertical shaft. Yes. All right, and then power banks are 2 blocks wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we can fit 6 there. And I just remembered we were talking about coming this direction as well. This way, if we remove all that metal. Should we, would we, could we? If we're up. So it would be 1, 2. We leave that so that we can get to the area to put them. Then that leaves us 1 space there to not be too close to that windmill. Or we could just put some windmills there. That's our other option. Put another set of windmills there. But I think that looks pretty good. Oh, we're still in 1 speed. Darn it. All right. Can we get that? Did I have oh yeah, I have them on that. I think we probably need to increase our population again. It seems like we are running at a deficit. I wish we had some dynamite so I could take out a little bit of that. Okay, let's see here. Can we get another house in right here? Or maybe we just stick a platform. Oops, a single. We don't need a double. No, not there. Maybe we do it right here. Yeah, I think so. And we add a couple houses in here. Let's face them the correct direction though. There we go. Extend our path. Alrighty. Good to go. Wondering, could we get away with a... Do we have any bridges right now? No, we don't have any bridges. Oh, we only have the big... This one. No. Okay. All right, back to... Oh, they got that done. Let's go ahead and plunk this guy in here. Right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we moved them all over and started the run going that way, even if it's just windmills, going that way over 1. If it's windmills, we might have a problem though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another bad tide. No. All right. Okay. That means we need to... We have no metal blocks at all. Why is this? Do we have nobody working over here? Oh, good. That water tank is in. All right. We have nobody working in planks. Ah. All right, I'm going to pause that guy. I'm going to pop priority on one of these. I'm going to pop priority on this one. Man. Why do we have that on such a high priority? Not quite certain why that was so high priority. Oh. Wow, they put that one in even though that one was like lower priority. That's alright. Hopefully they can get to all of these still. Maybe we extend this path here. For right now. This poor guy is struggling. We're gonna lose all these trees again. They didn't even get to grow. Alright, we are at 1.8, not quite, 1.7k water. Let's, sorry guys, 20-hour work day. We'll kick you back down once we... Oh, I guess I could go that way too. Let's take that out because that's like too close to that particular bit of nastiness. And I'm kind of like, no, I didn't want to delete that. I'm kind of like worried that we're going to get an influx there. Because it just can't egress here fast enough is part of our problem. And I'm afraid if I put a solid block in there, then it'll just overflow anyways. All right, can we get that done? Honestly, I don't... If we can't get... this done as well, it doesn't really matter if we get that done or not. Wait a second, did I change its priority? No, it's still the same priority. All right. What were we looking at? Over here. So over here, we need another... If we're starting from this corner, I just need a 1 by... Now, is that tall enough, or do we need to go taller? Because we really could go taller and get them up very high. Like, how many blocks tall is that actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't really tell. Probably could tell better from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's like 15 blocks plus the height of the battery. I don't know how much height that actually gives us. All right, we've got 1 day left. We're up to 2K water. We really, really need more water pumps, I think. Which feels very strange to say, but I think we do. Which means I'm gonna need to get a beaver up in here and get this out of the way. All right, 1 day left. Okay. I'm thinking even if it takes us a minute after the bad tide starts to get these flepped in, we might still be okay if we get this guy up and running. And I think they flipped to that because... And of course, all of our potatoes are now coming in great gonzo. The trees just all got planted again. Yeah, we definitely need another forester over here. I'm wondering if this is actually going to work. Okay, we are almost 40 minutes in here and we are, yeah, struggling a bit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to, this is probably gonna cause some flooding though. I need to up these a little so that we can get these full. Dang it. That's as full as that's getting. This needs to come down before I flood everything again. These need to close as well. Come on. Yep, see, we just flooded that. All right, shoot. Shut. I didn't shut. Oh, pause. Okay. All right, I'm gonna need to let a little water out here. 1. And I get a little water here. Because I messed that up. Come on. Oh, these aren't open. That's part of the problem. Shoot, that is nasty. Nasty. I do not want a beaver walking on that. Can I get a little bit more of this water? Nope. Contaminated. Shit. Hopefully that's enough. Man, we did not get this full. I gotta get better at that. At that adjustment period to get that going. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this guy over here because he has absolutely nothing to do. And I'm gonna pause this one here. Also nothing to do. That guy's still working on some water there. And this guy as well. Oh, look. They got almost all of this in. If they could get this last one in. They just need some planks. Do we have planks? We have some planks. Not a lot of planks. Maybe we can keep all of this from... Come on, give us some planks here. Which one are you working on, dude? Because you're going to end up... He was working on that one. You're going to end up stuck in there because that other one got built. You can still see we're kind of peeking out over here. We are not getting to the correct level here because remember in the previous bad tide, we were able to get all of the bad water into this channel here. Pretty much. And this was like just barely anything. I'm gonna have to turn on this guy. We're at 2.6 water and it must have been a 12-day drought. I mean a bad tide. Come on, we can do it. Oh, we're only at 1 speed again. All right. So back over here to this thing. You know what? I'm going to... And... we can... actually not do that. I'm going to leave the gears off. We have 52 gears right now. Let's get these guys all running. Is someone in here? Yes, but we're full up because we still have not achieved all of that. That's all right. Okay. But this is working. They got all of that in. So if we just had this stuff around the post in, then if we had, oh no, we'd still have a spot because of right here. That's the problem. But that did corral quite a bit over here now. So that all of these carrots are not contaminated. These ones are starting to dry out because our thingy here is not done quite yet. And it looks like we're getting contamination from over here as well. So we might need to come in here with some contamination barriers. Ugh, but if we could keep at least a little bit of these alive, and maybe the water counteracts the effect, I'm not 100% certain. Could be, could not be. Yeah, could you come replant those? We need those trees. Well, logs aren't out yet. All right, I feel like in this episode we are once again scrambling to repair the effects of the bad tide incursion and the water and the changes to terrain because of that. But hey, holy cats. How did we get that low on water already? It wasn't like I... Wowzers. Okay. It says we're not filling anymore. Can you switch to the other, please? We might have to flip these to the pause, unpause effect. All right, let's go back to this while we're waiting for that to happen. Okay, so all of that is in there. We're gonna have that big tank there, so that kind of is in a poor spot for that. All right, so in here we could build some large storage areas. We can't do the underground because of... Oh, I just realized the bobbing around storage is not working. I thought it was. All right. We could... That would allow us to move the path over and get one more, or we could move the ladder over to this side. That might be the better option. And my thought process is that if we have the large overhangs, then we would be able to create layers of storage underneath of all of this. That would make it so that we would be able to get it all in there. That we'd be able to stack it all. Unfortunately, because of the windmills, we can only stack so high, but we could theoretically then expand the windmills up here on a second layer on a roof. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? All right, so let's, let's do that, and then let's take out this. And let's put in those. We might come back in here and take that back out. We won't need it once we're done with it, but it will be needed at some point. I don't want to lay the power lines because I'm afraid that they'll start building them. We aren't quite ready for it. We are going to need 400 science for the gravity batteries. Oh, hey. This guy is in and working. I'm going to pause him though because that's full now. Let's check below. Do we need to... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pause. And pause. We still have 9 more days. And what we are up to 36 beavers, so let's say 40. 10 days, 1200 water. So we have like not quite double what we need. That guy doesn't seem to be doing anything any longer. This guy seems to be still getting something, which is strange and weird, but we'll let him keep going. It's now saying we have 18 days to depletion. Let's see here. I'm almost thinking we might want to come in here and expand. These ones, are they from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it might be. I thought these would create a barrier right there. Man, this is so annoying. So annoying. I just want to save some food for my beavers. We do that. Does that? It does. Okay, that is strange. This one can only reach all of it. But this one can only reach to there. Why is that? Is it because it's up that much higher? That doesn't make much sense to me. Okay, we're gonna have to put another one in right here. And then we're probably gonna need some right here. Oh, this is taking... Can we do here instead? And we need here... That one's still needed right there. All right. Well, I'm happy we saved some. If we save some of the potatoes, so we don't always have to restart from scratch, even though we have like lots of potatoes stored. I feel better if we, oh, that's that warehouse down there. Which one? That one. Okay. Never mind. You can fill that one up. We still have 2 storages here that aren't full at all for carrots. Oh, we're still getting, they never got these 2 in. We'll flip those back to that. Oh, we got some of these back. That's good. I didn't think that would happen. All right. So, once again, we haven't accomplished much but to react to the changes that have been made to terrain. Let's go ahead and turn that guy back on. We'll see if those 2 make any difference there. It might not because of this space here as well. We might need to put one in there. It has been a very reactionary day once again. The only thing we did accomplish is to plan out where the power, what do they call those? Power battery, gravity batteries are going to go in the future. We also started some storage ideas for down in here for what that's going to end up being. They're still working slowly but surely on this guy. It is really close to being ready, and once that is ready, we will have a field day. Because there's some stuff I want to fix here, including getting rid of a chunk of the land here and quite possibly taking it down another level around these water sources in order to see if we can't lower the level of problem here. Same with here. I'd like to take out a couple more pieces in here and pull that so that we can lower the level of bad water that is in here and try and mitigate a little bit more. Yeah, look at how many we lost there, but I think we'll be good. Same with over here. We will dynamite out some more channels here, maybe even take it lower in this whole section. So I'm thinking taking out this whole piece right here down a couple layers, because it actually is a step up there for that to egress. And I think if we do that, then we might ease a lot of our issues, and then we can come around here and we can get all the contamination barriers in and keep that from taking things out. Same with along in here. I think we'll need to take these out and platform those. So I do have some plans for the future once that dynamite factory is up and running. We have managed to secure a patch of potatoes that is not killed off by bad tide or drought in this particular case. So that's a good thing. We have planned out the power battery area. Oh, look, explosive factory is running. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And you know what I think I'm gonna do before we go? Do we have some? We have one. Where would be the best area for that one? Now we have two. All right. We're going to... This is so exciting. We need 600 science. We can't use it. Okay, so we are going to end the episode there because we don't have enough science to do what we wish to accomplish. So I think we're going to have to up our scientists because our inventor huts, because we seem to be running into the wall of not enough science points to get the things we want. All right, so maybe we'll deal with that in the next episode. I'm just going to have to write that down so I don't forget. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited that this guy is now running so well. That doesn't really take up anything but bad water, and we just have somebody sitting in a pump filling up a tank as it is. So I'm super duper excited. This opens up a whole new world to us. All right, so I will say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.